Why, hello there. This is Miss Janice, your natural hair care practitioner tutor. How are you doing today? I trust that all is well. Be so happy today that you came. Very happy. How do I know that? It's because I'm happy to be here with you. Well, we're going to get started today with disinfecting non electric tools and implements. So, did you look up the word implements? Let's pause for a second. Hold on. Let me show you something. Let me try to put this somewhere so it won't. Here, we can put it under here. I'm trying to find out where to put the phone. How's the lighting today? Don't have any disappointing things to say. Disinfecting non-electric tools and implements. We know what some of the tools are: combs, brushes. Got my book, and I'm ready to write just in case. This is one of those times you wish that you were right-handed. So you can just sit the book here and go. I'm looking at standards, rules, regulations, requirements. We went over choir and mints the other day to remember the word requirements. Okay, got it. Hey, I'm getting ready with you guys. I had a nice day today. Hope your day went well, very well. So I'm hoping that you're liking this lighting better. Okay, we got 232. Disinfecting non-electric tools and implements. The method for disinfecting non-electrical tools and implements will be as follows. So basically what they're saying is no if, no ands, or buts about it. This is the way you're going to do it, and you're going to do it like this now. Okay, it says remove all hair or foreign materials. Now let's see. This right here looks like it's all hair and foreign materials are moved. Okay, let's see about this one. Oh, there's a piece of lint in there. Can you see that lint? It's right there. I can see it. It is so colorful. And then there's a piece of hair right down here. Oh, now you can really see the lint. And there's the hair right there. And this is a tool. This is a no-go. Uh-oh. Look at that. And it doesn't tell you how to remove it. Let me see, will this work? Nope. 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 Fingers don't work. Maybe the next time I should have a brush or a toothbrush. Oh, came out. Okay, now that we have all of it, let me see what my J hook work. No, I need a brush because this is like up the top, right? Let me see this one. This one's pretty clean. No, I'm just joking. Let's try this red one. This one needs to be replaced. Look at the edges. The edges. This is the one I use to take my lock out that I showed you how I lock my hair. Had little hairs in it. But anyway, this is going to be the one that we're going to be talking about now. Okay? And that's called the J hook. Here's another one. And they're called, really, to be honest, they're called J hooks because mzjanis is the one that makes them. This is a fat one. This is okay. Well, this is fat. Oh my us. My sister is here. Let me see if I can write a smiley face. Okay, you guys, you're gonna have to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Make sure that camera is clean. Is that better? Okay. So remove all hair and or foreign material. So we did that on 1. And then it says clean thoroughly with soap or detergent and water. Me and my sister was talking today how we really very rarely ever saw somebody in a shop doing all this. So you have to do it before the people. And I'll be kind of thinking, but anyway, I'm not saying it says rinse thoroughly with clear, clean water and sterilize using one of the approved methods. And remember, requirements and rules. So in order to have a requirement or rule, you have to remember all the other stuff: laws, precepts, standards, regulations, rules, regulations, requirements, standards, precepts, laws. And today they didn't even say either any of those words. They just said this is the way it's going to be done and you're going to do it. It says the method for disinfecting non-electrical tools and implements will be as follows. You remove all hair and or foreign materials. You clean thoroughly with soap or detergent and water. Because it was explaining how there's sometimes you have to do like 3 parts water, 1 part, excuse me, yeah, 3 parts water, 1 part solution. So there's always methods, standards, laws, and it's according to manufacturers, what the manufacturer says, not what your sister said. I was telling you how my one of my roommates had said someone had gave her a disinfectant or a little solution that we can use to kind of clean out the shower. Excuse me. And then she said what she did is, and she told me what the person who gave her the container full of the stuff is, and I didn't even look at the container. I just did what she said that they did, and according to this, I was wrong because it didn't say any. I didn't even do the manufacturer rules or regulations or standards or anything. Okay, so let's get back to work. Requirements and standards. All tools and implements that come in direct contact with a client must be disinfected or disposed of after use. And an implement, one example, would be maybe the covering of your hair. Like a plastic bag for your hair or the rubber bands. See, these are things that are considered implements that come in direct contact with the client. If it cannot be disinfected, you have to dispose of it after use. After use. After use. All tools and implements with sharp edges or points must be totally immersed in a high level disinfectant according to the manufacturer's instructions. And the reason it's high level, hold on. I think it's the next 2 pages on page 133 and 134. Hold on. Okay. So it's 133 and 134. And yes, we're almost done with this book. So this should be a short vid, and then I'll do the hair stuff. Okay. It says requirements and standards. All tools and implements without sharp edges or points must be totally immersed in solution. Here you go, containing 1,000 parts per million. That's ppm, parts per million, of a commercial quaternary ammonia compound or other low level disinfectant used according to the manufacturer's instructions. Now I'm going to laugh. I'm sorry. This to me sounds like low level, like that's it. But it's not saying that at all. What it's really saying is not that potent. And it's not that potent because you mix the 1,000th part quaternary ammonium compound or other low level disinfectant used according to the manufacturer's instruction. And you have to, and the tool or implement has to be, it says right here, totally immersed in a solution container. So that would definitely be, I'll tell you what, you tell me. I'll wait for you to write it down. If you get it right, then I'll give you a thumbs up. If not, you have to study some more. And I'm gonna give you a hint though. All tools and implements without sharp edges or points. So you know we're not talking about scissors. You want another hint? Okay, I'm gonna give you one more hint. You ready? Even though I think I would consider this a point, but so we'll hide that part. Okay, that was two hints. And I would think too, one of the reasons is because usually if it has a point, it will be made out of a different type of material. So it could be something plasticky. This is just a hint. Okay, check this out. It says requirements and standards. So we're still going to requirements and standards. All disinfecting agents must be kept at adequate strength to maintain effectiveness. So remember when it talks about manufacturers' instructions, it says one part this, the two part or three part that. Then if you do one part this because you're running out, and then five parts this because you're running out of that, that's not going to work. You have to go according to the rules, regulations, requirements, standards. And here's another one: the norm is not a good rule, regulation, or standard. Because sometimes, remember how I explained it, if you're going to change a light bulb, you don't want a high chair, you want a ladder. So use what we are supposed to use as licensed hair care practitioners. That's you, that's me. All right. Okay, we're back to requirements and standards. Single use disposable gloves must be kept. You know that ain't true because it says right there single use disposable gloves must be discarded after use with each client. So I'm noticing that a lot of the rules, regulations, laws, standards, the rules, regulations, laws, standards. Oh no, I'm forgetting one. Requirements are not only making sense, but just think about if you were the client. Would you like someone else's hair comb or brush or and you know it. You literally know it. It's like I just used this on Ethel. Is it okay, to be used on you? So think of it like that. What would you like? What do you want? What would you prefer? It says requirements and standards. All manual devices or equipment used in the practice of natural hair care, So that's what we're practicing. Natural hair care must be used in accordance with the product safety and registration requirements. Now remember EPA. It was back there somewhere. EPA, Equipment Protection Agency. That's not even right because it has nothing to do with the equipment. It deals with the whole thing. So it's Environmental Protection Agency. Okay? You might want to write that down. It says all manual devices or equipment used in the practice of natural hair care, that's your hair or mine, must be used in accordance with the product safety and registration requirements imposed by any federal, state, county, or local authority. Not the police, but hold on. Okay. Okay, we're still in requirements and standards. So these are we must do's. We must do's. Natural hair care practitioners, that's you, that's me, may not use any manual device or equipment unless the use is part of the delivery of services within the practitioners, that's you, that's me, scope of practice. Combs or clips. Okay. Uh, Scope of practice. Now remember how I'm always talking about I want a twisting specialist. I want a braiding specialist, natural hair care practitioner who specializes in braiding, a natural hair care practitioner who specializes in locking, a natural hair care practitioner who specializes in flat twist styles, like that. Okay. That will be a scope of practice because you're practicing it. You're in the, but not only that, we're not talking about straightening or perming or cutting with scissors of natural hair. We're not talking about that because now it's not natural hair anymore. Okay? Especially if you perm it, it's not natural. It's like that is not natural, but that's natural. So you don't want to be a that is not natural, but you want to be a that's natural. Okay? So it says scope of practice and is consistent with the manufacturer's intended use of the device and with client health and safety. Now, these are requirements and standards. So this is like you must do it. That's what it said when we first started talking about requirements and standards. Let me see if I can read it right quick. Okay. That's going back one more too many. Okay, storage of tools and implements. Now listen to this. Now you know how we're always talking about the dollar store. They have some awesome stuff at the dollar store. Some of the stuff at the dollar store costs less than $1. New and or disinfected and clean tools and implements must be stored separately from all others. So it says new and or disinfected and clean tools and implements must be stored separately from all others. And you got to remember, I know it's not going to ask you what an implement is. And the reason I know it's not going to ask you what an implement is because it's really not telling us. But you want to know what an implement is. We already gave you a example or hint regarding tools. But now this is just me. Hold on, trying to get something that would be something that would hold a style. You see where it is? Hold on 1 second. Can you see that? Oh, it just broke-ish. You see it? Wait. Nope. Hold on. It just broke. We won't be using that. I don't think. Okay, now I was telling you all about how the dollar store has these containers that's about this high, and about this wide, and they come in blue, pink. I don't remember seeing yellow, green, and I had some blue ones that I usually keep in separate, like socks in one. They look like drawers, but they're not because I used to crochet or sew the trim around socks. So I will put socks in one, then yarn in another, then needles in it, like that. And so storage drawers are clean. Okay, you didn't hear that because I just sucked it back in. Storage drawers for clean tools and implements must be clean, free of hair, and used only for clean tools and implements. Now, if you look in the drawer and you see a lot of like hair or uh I was trying to be serious or real. But if you look in the drawer and you see hair, that means that clean things were not put. That means that clean things were not put in there. That means that dirty tools or implements were placed in there, or maybe a little one was trying to help. Storage of tools and implements. Storage cabinets, workstations, and vanities must be kept clean. So a good time to be practicing this is at home. Spring clean before you get your license so that so that you will be able to talk with this or talk through this module and not feel like, like somebody's pinching you every time you say something from the module. Equipment. The surface of all equipment where services are performed must but not limited to back bars, must be of cleanable, non-absorbent materials. For example, your chair. The chair that you sit your clients in has to be able to be wiped down. That makes sense. And then you're going to use a disinfect, or you're going to use Febreze. No, I don't know. I don't know. I just said that to make you laugh. I'm serious. I just said that to make you laugh. I don't even use Febreze. But I do know that there's at the dollar store some all-in-one, all-purpose cleaner. Not all-in-one, because I'm thinking of the printer. It's an all-in-one. It's a fax machine. It's a phone, like that. All-in-one. I mean, all-purpose cleaner. And it says manufactured uh, according to manufacturers. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I got to think of it in a minute. Manufacturers. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. And we're almost done. Wait. It's not rules, manufacturers. You know the information that the manufacturers put on their info, like don't drink this, and but if you do drink it, um, call 911. What are those called? No, they're not called brushes. No, I'm just joking. That's just the last thing you wrote. But you know what I mean? Oh, it'll say don't use this without reading the label. Thank you. Manufactured label. Oh wait, I didn't read the last part. Non-absorbent material. Like for your example, your chair. You don't want your chair to be like for real chair at a natural hair care as a licensed natural hair care practitioner. You want the material of the chair that you're like the barber's chair. They can always wipe their chairs down, disinfect their chair. It doesn't absorb. You can wipe it off dry. Paper towels, they said paper towels are usable. Towels, if you use a towel, you have to put it in the dirty bin. I was gonna say the dustbin. You have to put it in the dirty clothes bin. And remember, all receptacles in the facility have to be covered. So if you're gonna use, that was a rubber band. If you're gonna use a receptacle to put dirty clothes in, it has to be covered. It says all equipment must be clean and in good repair. I'm laughing because I could have bought a broke chair the first day that I started doing the module, and then had to show y'all. You know, I had to throw that chair away because remember it didn't have the arm on the left side. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in because it has to be in good repair. Equipment: a high level disinfectant or bleach solution used according to the manufacturer's instructions, which you can find on the label. On the label, and they're called manufacturer's instructions. That's where you'll find it at, either on the box itself or the container itself, the box that the container is in, or the bag. Must be used to disinfect surfaces contaminated by blood or bodily fluids. And I don't know if you remember, but remember it said you had to have some sealable plastic bags in the facility at all times. And I said, because I don't remember reading this before, I said that that's one of the reasons why. Is because maybe if there's a blood spill or blood, you need to have somewhere to seal that blood. And you're supposed to be wearing gloves at all times. Remember how I say, before you get here with your gloves on, you want to make sure that you're not approaching anything that has that's contaminated by blood or bodily fluids like snot, somebody coughed. If you pick up tissue, you want to make sure you have your gloves on, okay? Serving clients, practitioners, that's you and me, must wash their hands before and after serving each client to prevent cross contamination. When washing hands, practitioners, that's you and me, must use. Okay, hold on. Must use soap and water. What else are you going to use? Okay, or other alternative hand washing products such as gel, aerosol spray, foam, or pre-packaged hand wipes. That sounds like a test question because I know that clear gel And I know some of them had this little push thing like this, and it's foam, and it dissolves. I didn't think of the hand wipes, but that makes sense too. Okay, it was one more. I'll wait. Come on. What was the fourth one? Is it an aerosol pill or aerosol spray? You can write pill or spray. Uh-oh. Only like two more pages, I think. Practitioners, that's you and me, performing services on clients. And I like the way they continually focus on performing services on clients. I like the way they say on clients, performing services. It's like what we do. We perform services on clients. That should be the definition of practitioner, but it's not. With skin conditions that are wet or weeping, come on now, must wear single use protective gloves. Now, why should you be all the way to page 43? Because my rule is before you get here with your gloves on, you should already know that they have wet or weeping head condition. And then look at this one. Head lice may be treated at the discretion of the practitioner and or facility owner. So before you get to page 43 in your module, you should have already, because you know you're going to read it more than once. So maybe about the first time, okay, first time you maybe go, okay, I might work on, but this is like the seventh or eighth time we've done read this page. Have you decided, are you going to work with lice? Because I wouldn't leave it up to the facility owner. So before you, that sounds like a one-on-one question with the facility owner. Ma'am, sir, do you work with lice? I'm just saying. Wait, I'm just saying. Congratulations! You have now completed the natural hair care training module. Woohoo! Let's celebrate. Dun, 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 dun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hat off. Oh, this way. This is another way that I wear it. I stuck that in there like that. Hold on. I forgot. I got to take my sock out. Remember, this is a lock sock hairstyle. Oh, while I got this on here, let me show you. And that's usually in here like this. It's hidden. And it just looks like a slouch hat. But it's a rubber band. So I take it like this. And by the end of the day, almost sometimes, It sort of looks like that. And I usually do just like this and pull it back and reinsert. And it usually doesn't come out. Another way you can wear these, I'm just showing you one more way. There's thousands. If you're cold in the winter, all right, one more. That's how my sister used to wear hers all the time, cover her ears. All right, one more. And your locks or hair hangs. All right, one more. No, I'm just joking. There are several more, but I just want you to know that there's all kinds of ways to wear it. And if, woo, it's cold out there. And if you don't want to wear it on your head and you ride a bike, you can put it on your arm or wear it on your leg so that your pants leg won't get hooked into the spike wheel or whatever it gets hooked into to make people have an accident and fall over and hurt themselves. Okay, now look at this. We're back to the congratulations. It says the following requirements will need to be completed prior to obtaining a natural hair care certificate. The examination is administered at the, and we have to, I know it's on tandem because when you call the number, they said this the natural hair care licensing testing office has moved to, and it'll tell you. So I don't do that one, but the agency hours have stayed the same. The agency hours are for testing are Mondays 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and Tuesdays through Fridays 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And they suggest that you get there early and it's on walk-in basis. And there are some people that are taking more than one test. So they said something like, or something to the effect of, if you're taking like 4 tests, come early, but the area doesn't open until like 9 on, I think it was Tuesday to Friday. No, other way around. It opens at 9 on Monday. Okay, now look at this. It says print the complete and attached, print and complete, excuse me, the attached certificate of a completion. So that's this. And remember, if you want mzjanis as a tutor, of course you're going to come online. And I meet once a month in Salem, Oregon. I don't meet in North Carolina. I live in Portland, Oregon. So, and that's how come before I began to teach this module, I let you all know this is for Portland, Oregon. I didn't mean to say Portland, Oregon. This is for Oregon. It says Oregon Health Licensing Agency. And what you have to do is whatever state you're in, you have to find out what module they require and the requirements in order to sit at and take your state board test. Because I did North Carolina and you have to do practicals. You have to do a whole lot of stuff. Oregon is only in the baby stage. So I'm encouraging you to keep studying and to keep going over this certificate natural hair care practitioner module so that you can become good at what you do. You want to be very professional, you want to be proficient at what you do, and you want to specialize in one so that you can continually add to that one. So if you want to receive one of these when we meet that once a month in Salem, this time will be to, let's see, I don't know. All I know is I'll let you know what day that I'm going to be taking the the certification test, and you become a licensed natural hair care practitioner. Right now, I ask you to just start referring to yourself as a natural hair care practitioner. You can do that. That's how come when you come on and you'll see mzjanis, natural hair care practitioner, tutor. But once I get licensed, I am going to be a licensed natural hair care practitioner teacher, because see, I done went and took the test and everything, and I can be that because I am going to be either an independent contractor. I'm not going to be an employee. Well, maybe. No, let me stop. Let me stop. I write out my own job description. I don't do windows. No, I'm just teasing. Okay, the examination requirements: print and complete the attached certificate of completion. So if it's going to be 10 of you, the price is $75. Then obtain the natural hair care certification application. So it's going to be 10 of you. I will have 10 of those applications for you to fill out. And it tells you where to go. You're going to go to www.oregon.gov, and then you're going to look up practitioner application. You know, you just a search engine practitioner application. I'm telling you all this because you may want to just do it on your own. Be glad that you hung out with mzjanis, but I ask that those who are are receiving this tutoring from mzjanis will have an opportunity to work with mzjanis in her licensed facility. I am so excited. Oh, sorry. Okay, so and then it says provide all requirements listed on the application. There's a check off list in order to sit for the natural hair care. One of the things on the check off list is you have to have 2 forms of ID. And one of the forms of ID has to have a face that looks like yours. That's called a photo ID. And then the other form is, let me see, photo ID or license. The other form can be a birth certificate. The other form can be a passport that has not expired over 5 years. So I'll just say 4 years if it's expired. If you're a foreign, is it a foreigner? Are you a foreigner? Is that what it's called when you were born and raised in Africa but live in the United States? That's a foreigner, right? Well, if you're a foreign citizen, got it. Oh, I'm pointing at myself. I'm not a foreign citizen. I am born and raised. But if you are a foreign citizen, the card with the information on it is good. Your social security card, good, like that. Okay. But I'm telling you all this because if you decide to go online to get this for yourself, then and that's it. These are the locks for today. In order for me to keep them up, today I already did the and my favorite hairstyle is how they when they're sticking up, but I do this to keep them separated. I'll be taking out the rubber bands on tomorrow You know, because my next wash day, you want to try to do your hair, and remember, these are called loose locks. All right, I'll do the hair test again for those who have not seen. All right, that's enough hurting. But they're locked. They just don't look it. And the style is called a protective style. So that when you do like this, the get the because if you don't um either do this, I'm not gonna twist them because they're already locked, but if you don't do this, they will kind of be flat. And if you care that your locks are flat, I, me, it's like, oh, I have a flat lock. Look, you know, I would be excited. But I'm teaching you how to keep up your loose lock hair. Remember, I started, this is the only one that I do. I can't do it now because it's kind of locked and hard to do, but I would have to take it out again in order to do it. So so I only do one. I stick my hand through, pull the hair through the bottom, stick my hand through, and I'm saying hair and I mean fingers. I don't know if you can see it though, but see, it's locked. Ow! It's locked right here. What I just did, and then pull my hair through. Stick it on this way. And these are knots. And just say, for example, you know, I changed my mind. I don't want to lock. That's why I only do this one. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. Now I know that I'm not gonna be able to use this in my licensed shop. I already know that. But this is how I take it out. Or with this. I don't want to use that one. I do it like this. And I don't think I'm going to do it anymore because it's getting harder and harder to take out. You'll just have to let me do your hair for $75. Or I'll say, look at my other videos. And that's how I take it out. See? Out. But they're locked. Okay. So if you have any questions, do you have any questions? Go ahead and ask Miss Janice, and I'll do my best to answer them now. If not, can you please type the word bye? And then I'll let you go. And when you do this, there's going to be little balls of hair like this one right here. Oops. Like this one right here. And what I do is your rubber bands are real loose. See? And you grab that loose hair that came into a ball. I'm sorry I didn't show you that. You take I just use the same rubber band until it pops because I wash my hair every three days. Right now, and I wash it every 3 days. So I take the rubber. I either leave the rubber bands in and wash it, but I'm noticing that the rubber bands fall out when I do that. Anyway, I thought I shared it. So you grab the loose hairs. I'm gonna show you one in just a second, but oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. You take the rubber band. You just twist it once, one time. and because you don't want any harm or anything to happen towards your scalp or your edges. And when you do this, I think it's this one. No, this one. Yeah, this one. In order to take it out, you hold it. You grab the rubber band with your fingers, and it just comes right off. And you can tell that it's not too tight because the indent is hardly there. But today, when I was rubbing, this little ball, that one, was in the part, and that's what happens. So you're binding them back together, or showing them where they're supposed to go. Basically, that's all this. That's all the rubber bands are for, because they come right out. Oops, that's my fault because you're supposed to hold the hair, stick the finger in, pull. But normally they come right out when I do that. So, and then when it does get snagged because the rubber band rolled on your hair, you hold it like this. Well, look how big that rubber band is, because you don't want to pull your hair out. I don't have my scissors yet, so I have to show you how I do it. So I'm basically pulling one hair at a time. Because other than that, I'll have to cut the rubber band, not my hair. Remember, as a licensed natural hair care practitioner, you can not. Oh no! Look, it's in between the combined hairs. You see that? It's still there. I got I got one strand of hair on here. That's not good. The other day, I thought that my hair was growing, but those are silver hairs. When I got offline, I went and looked, and I was like, "This is silver. This is all silver. You can tell here, silver. It's practically all black on this side with a little silver. This is more silver than black." Okay, and no questions? Come on, sis, ask a question. Anyway, you're supposed to hold the lock. The rubber band went down. Come on, rubber band. Stick your finger in both of the twist and see it just comes right out. I tried to show off and it didn't work. That's what I get. All right, I gotta go. Since you're not asking no question, you have a good night. It usually doesn't take this long to do it, but I always take extra minutes to because the lock journey that I'm on, the the natural hair care practitioners will get the opportunity to see me go from start to stop. Well, start to growth because I'm not stopping because it's sectioned enough and the hair is growing in the parts that I put the sections in. I've already started showing hairstyles that I can do, and some of these are staying in. I do this and then I look at it later and I'll be like, they didn't even see nothing. But anyway, I hope you can see it right here. That's what's happening at the ends. And a lot of them are splitting, but they're combined at the top after the split. So from here to the scalp. All right, I'm really gonna go this time. Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of your studying. And if you have any questions at all, you can write me in the comments section below.